change of scenery in central New York as Syracuse moves from the Kennedy Ice Pavilion for the special Syracuse and Syracuse Crunch game here at Upstate Medical University Arena. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. I'm Arnav Pokhrel, joined by Caitlin McDonough. Caitlin, these two teams played a physical game yesterday, and physical is an understatement.
Absolutely. 43 penalty minutes for the Orange, just 16 for the Blue Hens. You said it was a physical contest. Syracuse played more than 2 periods full down a skater. If they want to win tonight, they have to avoid that.
Special teams was also a focus in yesterday's game. Delaware, 2 goals in the 5-on-3, 1 goal on the power play. Syracuse also responded with a special teams goal of their own with Ryan Thomas back in the lineup on the power play. It was good to see the defenseman return after a broken jaw in October.
Absolutely. You love to see it from Ryan Thomas, being out and then coming right back with a bang. It's like he didn't really miss time at all. It's good to see him get on the score sheet. And for Syracuse, it is a little bit of a concern that Delaware was able to find so much success on the power play. That's one point they have to tighten up.
Two teams that maintain similar lineups, not very many changes, including the goalies remaining in the net. Jacob Snellenberg for Delaware, AJ Finta for Syracuse. Both of them gave up 3 goals yesterday, but it was a very solid game from both sides in the net.
Absolutely. These two goaltenders really kind of helped their team out, especially taking it all the way to a shootout. They were fantastic in overtime. There were a couple chances where each team could go ahead. They responded. They were the ones to get their team and get them momentum, especially going into the shootout.
So after a shootout victory yesterday that went 7 rounds between Delaware and Syracuse, we're back today at Upstate Medical University Arena. We'll have puck drop when we return on the SU Hockey Network.
On defense, number 3, Daniel Bird. At forward, number 29, Leighton Fiesta. At forward, number 36, Tanner Mahoney. At forward, number 22, Austin Pecchio. And in goal, number 35, Jacob Stellman. Delaware's coached by Todd Middlemeyer. He's assisted by Jason May, Dominic Lignelli, and Mark Zetzer. And now, the starting lineup for your Syracuse Iron. On defense, the freshman from Walpole, Massachusetts, number 22, Jack Duffy. His partner on defense, the senior from Aspen, Colorado, number 23, your captain, Connor Chesner. And left wing, the freshman from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, number 18, Nathan McLean. And right wing, the freshman from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, number 37, and Brent. And center, the junior from Queensbury, New York, number 7, Brendan Duffy. And in goal for the Orange, the senior from Bradford, Connecticut, number 40, A.J. Vinton. Your Syracuse Orange are coached by Chris Timmons. He's assisted by Jordan Allen, John Moore, and Zach Holdenberg. Now, if you are able, would you please rise, gentlemen, to your seats for the playing of the national anthem.
Welcome inside the On-Center War Memorial at Upstate University Medical Arena as Syracuse travels to downtown Syracuse. And the Orange take on the Delaware Fighting Blue Hens in game number 2 of a 2-game series. Alongside Caitlin McDonough, I'm Arnav. Pokhrel. Caitlin, we talked about it in the pregame. Physicality, we expected it yesterday. We saw it. We're expecting even more today.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a much bigger playing surface as well, a bigger ice, excuse me. So, you know, things can get a little bit chippy here and there, but the physicality definitely going to be on display. I think it's safe to say that these teams don't really like each other too much and do like to get in little scrums.
And it is a battle in the ACC North Division, the first year of ACCHL play, and these two teams are at the bottom right now fighting for security in the playoffs. A reminder that in the ACCHL there are 10 teams, 5 in the South, 5 in the North. The 4 best teams in both the North and the South will go to the ACCHL playoffs, so you just don't want to be in that 5th position. Right now, Syracuse brings up the rear, down by a point to Delaware in the standings after yesterday's shootout loss. We're ready for puck drop at Upstate Medical University Arena, and we're underway as Delaware wins the opening face-off, and the Blue Hens will rim it around the boards to A.J. Finta in net. Big collision behind the boards as Ben Brandt picks it up in the defensive zone. Turned over for Delaware, moving it forward with Panapresso. He'll get it back on the far side with Vecchio. Chip down to behind the goal and worked around. Back to Vecchio down low. They'll circle around. Early offensive time in the attacking zone for Delaware as Bizadecki hangs on behind the net. Now cleared up top to Daniel Berg. It goes under his leg, and here goes Nathan McLean on the breakaway opportunity. McLean shoots it, saved by Snellenberg. Saw a lot of that yesterday. Jacob Snellenberg was excellent in the victory. 37 saves on 40 shots on goal for the Orange.
An early test for him, McLean, doing what he loves to do best, get the breakaway.
Now a chance the other way. Bizadecki fires off the mask of Finta. The rebound goes over his stick. But early action both ways. Syracuse defending early.
You can really see how much space there is to work with in the offensive zone for both sides. Obviously, they're playing on a larger ice and a larger playing surface, so these teams have a lot of space to work with, and they've made use of it.
Has a chance in front. Cleared away by Delaware. And it's lost again. Here go the Fighting Blue Hens. Fired, gloved by Finta. Early tests has Syracuse on the defensive and a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle.
A nice little gloved-in effort there from Finta. A little bit sloppy from Syracuse towards the blue line, but Finta grabbed and made sure he held the rebound, too. It could have very easily spilled to one of the Delaware players, but he kept it in and kept the score at 0-0.
Get ready to get back underway as Delaware win the faceoff. It's been early domination at the dot for the Fighting Blue Hens. Work down low to Cody Diaz, the captain. Picked away, and a shot fired in just high and away by Liam Gott, the freshman from New York City. Back down from Delaware. Hamilton Nordwin takes some contact. Cleared in front, and again another chance for Diaz, and again the Orange pick it up and move away.
It's a couple times now players from both sides have actually gone down, and it could be just because the surface is a little bit wet from the Zamboni still.
As again worked around. And a chance to move forward on the breakaway for Delaware. Shot fired in, saved by Finta. Picked away. Delaware doing a good job of keeping the puck in the offensive zone, not allowing Syracuse to change defensively. Chesner picks it away, and again the forecheck there for the Fighting Blue Hens. Now the break is on. Here's Jack Wren. Lost it in the open ice. Tanner Cole chases. Looking in the slot for Cade Cook. He scored yesterday. Circled back around by the Orange. Picked up down low by Jack Duffy. Circled back in at the blue line. It stays in. Good work by Jack Duffy. Here's Cade Cook across. And right there was Fanning. He couldn't collect. Golden opportunity for the Orange to take a 1-0 lead.
I think Fanning just took his eye off the puck there. He was open towards the back post. It was a great feed from inside. He was wide open too, just couldn't connect.
The Orange growing into the game after a slow first couple of minutes. Here's Fanning. He's got some space in the face-off circle. Fanning shoots, and off the pads of Snellenberg. Early couple of opportunities for the Orange after Delaware dominated the first 3 minutes.
And it seemed like there was a little bit of miscommunication there too from Delaware, trying to go towards the bench to, maybe get some fresh legs onto the ice, but just allowed Fanning to get that shot off.
Breakaway opportunity. Jack McCormick pulled down. No call as it works behind the net for Louis Ruel. Ruel, the junior, plays alongside his brother on the fourth line for Delaware, Simone Ruel.
I'm sure that was a nice, fun battle when they were younger in the backyard and maybe backyard ice.
Syracuse, also a team that's had some sibling connections. Sean Caddo's older brother, Luke Caddo, is the all-time games played record holder for the Orange. Robbie Murphy, who's not in the lines today for the Orange, but was the extra skater yesterday. His brother is was a former captain of Syracuse, and Mackenzie Murphy, so both programs with some family connections. As there's a deflection in front, it's scored. Leighton Bizadecki finds the back of the net. It's 1-0 Fighting Blue Hens.
I mean, to say it was coming was an understatement. Delaware did have some opportunities early on, and it's just unlucky from Finta there. He thought the puck was going wide, but it steered home in by Bisadecki. Just gets the tip in, a little wriggler, and it goes between Finta's legs.
A really good look in front from distance. And Delaware the first to capitalize, as it's 1-0 Fighting Blue Hens on the score by Bisadecki. So about 15 minutes left in the first period. It's Delaware with a 1-0 lead. Puck works behind the net. Here's McLean through the legs. Deflected, but picked in the neutral zone by Delaware. Jake Brown picks it up for the Orange. He had a double minor in yesterday's game as Brendan Duffy has some space in the offensive zone. McLean fires. And there's some contact high. As another chance for the Orange, and a swing and a miss by Ben Brandt. Free in the low slot, had an empty net in front of him.
That's the one player that if you're Syracuse, you want to get in positions like that. Really almost similar to the Fanning chance just a couple minutes ago. Open at the back post and just couldn't find the puck and bring it in.
Moving through the neutral zone. Here's Panapresso. Skates past everybody to Mahoney. Mahoney down low. Looking in the slot again, this time for Liam Gott. Instead, Finta has it. He'll hold on and freeze it with 14 minutes left in the period.
Ever since going down, Syracuse has responded pretty well to getting back behind. And, you know, they've created a couple opportunities. Finta's been superb so far. Not his fault for the goal, just a tip in. Can't do anything about it.
Shot right off the faceoff goes wide as Pendergrass takes a hit, gets the puck ahead to Pendleton. Henry Pendleton, the senior, been with Syracuse the last 3 years after transferring in from SUNY Cortland. Connor Chesner hangs on to the puck. He'll turn into the offensive zone. He's held up at the blue line, chips it down low. Now sent behind the net. Back to Chesner at the blue line. Picked away by Delaware down low. Tough battle for Cody Diaz, and now puck works free. Long chase, and it's won by Liam Gott.
You know, when Syracuse got the puck into the offensive zone, it was great offensive pressure for them, not allowing Delaware to get out.
And again, the move into the attacking zone. Puck sits right in front of Snellenberg, and Delaware pick it up. Moving into the attacking zone. Circled back around behind the net. Tanner Cole shuffles ahead to Jack Wren. He's got some speed. Here goes Wren. Across, fired, scored! The Orange score early on to rebound after giving up one. It's Cade Cook to find the back of the net, and it's tied 1-1.
Well, Cook scored last night. Today he gets on the score sheet as well. Third time's the charm, must you say. 3 times Syracuse have had the chance to score at that back post. They finally make use of it. It was great speed from Jack Wren right on the left face-off wing. He sped past the blue line, got it right across to the wide-open Cook, and now here's Cook again. Left face-off circle for him. Behind the net, all the way across. Cook now tried to get it. Cole and Cook get in a tangle up. Goes all the way up top to Thomas, who has it fired. Just goes left of the post. Now Wren just goes beyond through his skate and all the way up to Finta. Finta sends it back to Thomas to collect. Rugg scoops it up, goes past the blue line. Cole on the chase. Here's Rugg in the center, has a shot, goal! Off the post.
It is nonstop action after the Cade Cook try. There's a backhand feed. and it's covered up by Snellenberg. We're dealing with some technical issues here, but we're slowly getting it figured out. It's a new arena. We're all learning as it is tied 1-1 between Syracuse and Delaware. This is, I think, the most crucial game, not just for this series, but for the rest of the season for the Orange, because you look ahead, and it's a long away stretch at Oswego, at RMU. The Oswego game's a conference game. RMU isn't. And then you go right away again at Delaware in Fred Rust Arena in Newark. So these next couple of weekends really important for the Orange to build on that ACC resume.
A 7-game road stand. That's obviously going to take a toll on these players, especially after going to a shootout last night. You want fresh legs, and a 7-game road stand is never easy to do. But the Orange, they seem like they're getting their feet underneath them.
As it's moved across for Delaware. Picked up in the defensive zone, and the Fighting Blue Hens, after dealing with some pressure, back on the front foot. Are across the high slot looking for Tanner Mahoney. Instead, the Orange on the break. A lot of ice for Carter Rugg. The defenseman turned forward, will drop it back to Duffy. Backhand feed goes nowhere for Jack Duffy. Carter Rugg picks it back up. He'll circle around. The Orange work it to Jack Duffy. Skates away from one, fires to the back post. Carter Rugg a step behind. Now circling the other way. Here's McLean. Couple of fresh skaters for the Orange. Jack McCormick will hustle off. Actually, he'll have to stop because Delaware's on the break. Sent around to Finta. Now Delaware will change. The Orange also get a couple of fresh skaters on. At this point yesterday, it was also 1-1. Mason Moore opened the scoring on the power play. He's not in the lines today for the Fighting Blue Hens. Jack Duffy scored the first goal of his career to equalize with 6 minutes to go in the first period.
It's been a brilliant couple days of hockey, and even more so to start this game.
Here's Von Tersch circling around. All the way across ice to Duffy. It's Brendan Duffy. Held in the corner by the Orange and the Fighting Blue Hens. 1-1 score under 10 minutes to go in the period. And in comes Brendan Duffy to help shuffle the puck away. It's still with Delaware. 200 feet down the ice. The Orange want icing. They will get the call as Ryan Thomas tags up first for the Orange. So back and forth, the Orange a good response, Caitlin, but still a little bit to be desired offensively for SU.
Yeah, I think Syracuse is getting in the right positions. They're just not connecting with their teammates. We saw that they do like to go and feed at that back post. Just can't quite get the connection they need a couple times. But nonetheless, still, since going down, they've looked like the better side.
And still the biggest thing that we talked about in the pregame, the penalties yesterday. At this point yesterday, we had 2 penalties for Syracuse, 1 for Delaware. So far, clean game, but we're only 10 minutes in. So if we get to the first period and there's no penalties, I would be shocked.
It is an earlier type of game, so they might still be trying to wake up a little bit and maybe don't have their fighting hands yet.
Shot by McLean, travels wide of Snellenberg. Clipped up ahead. Ben Brandt on the chase. Brandt, the leading point scorer for the Orange in his freshman season after coming from the VIJHL. Here's a move in by Brendan Duffy. He's got Brandt alongside him. Duffy fires, saved by Snellenberg. Back with Duffy. Here's Brandt in the slot. Fires off the post and wide. Third chance for Brown. It's gloved by Snellenberg. There's the connection you were looking for, Caitlin. Brendan Duffy and Ben Brandt doing a good job to work some space in the ozone.
Maybe you just have to speak things into existence. Maybe they heard us from all the way up here. Who knows? But so much better from Syracuse. They're getting their feet underneath them, finding those little 1, 2, even 3 passes. You can't get much closer after hitting the post.
So Ben Brandt, in the last 2 games, 31 penalty minutes for the Orange. Here's a save by Snellenberg right after the faceoff. And with 8:50 to go in the period, the Orange still trailing. Now they lead in shots on goal, 9-6 over Delaware. It's been a game of momentum for both of these sides. Right now, the Orange have it all. Pendleton fires across the face of the crease, looking for Pendergrass. Instead, it's the other way. Plucked out of the air. And Nordwin lost it to Conklin, a sophomore from Calgary. Turned all the way around to Andrew Lowe. And back the other way, Brady Burke picks it up. Burke from Denver, but not the Denver you'd expect. Here's a chance in front and scored. It is Andrew Lowe, the junior, to give Delaware a 1-goal lead again.
Just so unlucky from Syracuse, trying to break out and clear the puck. Instead, it falls right in front of the net, and he's never going to miss that shot from right there. Again, Finta, really nothing he can do about the goal.
It just fell right to Lowe up front. And even though Finta's been excellent this season, that one's just hard to stop. Finta has an 88.7 save percentage coming into today. And right now it's 2 goals on 7 shots on goal for Delaware. For the Orange, 9 shots on goal. The lone goal belongs to Cade Cook. Chesner circles around to Cook. Tanner Cole picks it up. And a turnover. Delaware 2-on-2 the other way. 3-on-3 if they hurry. And it is picked up at center ice. The Orange do a good job of rebounding defensively. There's a big hit on Cade Cook. Circling in the zone is Chance DeBolt, the alternate captain. Junior from Coral Springs, Florida. It's a Delaware team that has a pretty good recruiting base. You can go to Philly, New Jersey, stay in Delaware, Newark, good area for youth hockey. So a lot of opportunity for Delaware to recruit locally. That's what they've done with a team made up mainly of players from that Atlantic region.
It's funny because Delaware is not the biggest state in the U.S. either, but they do seem to attract a lot of people to their school.
Jack Wren lost it under his stick as Carter Rugg chases on the attack. The Orange moving Carter Rugg into the attacking lines. Started his career as a defenseman for the Orange, but just need a little bit of help offensively, and he's oftentimes one of the quickest skaters in terms of defensemen. So no surprise to see him move up that way. Here is Rugg. Circling into the slot. This might fall for McCormick. Instead, Rugg picks it right back up. He'll dish out wide. Right face-off circle. McEnroe fires. Deflected in front. Caddo picks it right back up. He'll backhand to Carter Rugg. He'll fire from distance. McCormick first to it on the rebound. Rugg chips it back in. He'll fire a slap shot, and it's saved by Snellenberg. You see the versatility that Carter Rugg has. Because of his experience as a defenseman, he can really run that blue line.
He absolutely knows how to keep the puck in, and he also knows, if I'm a defenseman, what is the hardest type of shot to see? Where can I get that puck? He knows where the open space is. He had a couple attempts on net there, and was almost close to getting another equalizer for Syracuse.
Face-off won by the Fighting Blue Hens, but it's directed right at Snellenberg. He had to react and make a save. Duffy to Caddo at the blue line. Caddo walks in, deflected in front by Duffy. Great look for the Orange. And this one flipped up to central ice. Caddo chases it down. The Orange won icing, they'll get it. We'll move the other way.
And that was smart puck awareness from Caddo there as well. Recognized no one was behind him. Could just let the puck roll beyond it and allow Syracuse, again, another offensive opportunity. They win this face-off zone battle. They could easily get another quick shot off.
If you're wondering why it doesn't look like Kennedy Ice Pavilion, that's because we're downtown Syracuse at Upstate Medical University Arena for the Syracuse and Syracuse Crunch collaboration. This game didn't happen last year, but 2 years ago it did happen right here at Upstate Medical. Syracuse played URI to kick off 2024. And now we're here kicking off 2026. Here's Ryan Thomas. He scored a power play goal to tie things up yesterday. First 3 minutes of the third period. Ben Brandt. Drop pass behind to Thomas again. Poor pass from Thomas to Brandt. It's kept in the zone by Cody Diaz.
A little bit of that sloppiness still kind of seeping through Syracuse.
Delaware pick it up in the defensive zone. Move with Jack Keller. 111 career games played for Keller. Grad student from Morris Plains. Here's a shot wide by the Orange. Battle in the offensive zone. Picked up in the corner by Pendleton. Looking for the blue line instead. The Orange will possess with Jake Brown. Delaware wanted a too many men call there. Instead, Pendleton plays it cross ice. Picked up by the Orange. McEnroe fired. It's wide. And the Orange walked the blue line again. Long range shot. Snellenberg went out to meet it. He didn't have to touch it because it was wide.
I think that'd be very funny and ironic if the first penalty minutes we see here for too many men and not for another power play like fighting or tripping or something.
Here's Keller the other way. Good connection by Delaware, but a pad save by Finta. Big hit behind the net. Puck is free, picked up by the Orange. 3-on-3 the other way. The Orange clear with Von Tersch, the extra skater. Circling back down low is Brady Burke. With under 4 minutes to go. There's a stoppage, and the whistle blows. And, well, I think we called it. We weren't going to go the first period without seeing a penalty, and it's no surprise who's in the penalty box. Jake Brown, the Syracuse career leader in penalty minutes, heads to the penalty box down low.
Brown, yeah, no stranger to the penalty box there. It's almost like his second home. And this is an early test for this Syracuse penalty kill unit. You know, there's almost under 4 minutes left, so they'll play almost half of the remaining period with a less skater. And they do have to be careful just because of how many opportunities they did give up last night and how many goals they gave.
So Delaware 5-on-4, scored 3 power play goals yesterday, but 2 of them were in a 5-on-3. Opened the scoring with Mason Moore in a 5-on-4 power play. It is confirmation, roughing it for Jake Brown. And out of all the penalties, I think roughing is the one he has the most of in his career. But that's some math we'd have to do later as Connor Chesner chases it down in the defensive zone. Looks to clear out. Kept in the zone by Keller. Tape-to-tape blue line pass. Across to Tracy. Work down low, back to Tracy again. Keller picks it up. He'll walk the blue line. Got under his stick. This one escapes the zone.
Some good patience shown there from SU. Not really going all the way out and fully committing, just waiting for Delaware to make a mistake and capitalize and pounce on it.
Chesner picked up down low. Duffy. Showing a lot of trust in the younger players on this penalty kill. Tanner Cole, sophomore. Jack Duffy, freshman, alongside 2 seniors. And Jack Wren and Connor Chesner. Wren's always a shorthanded goal threat. But right now, the Orange trapped in the D zone. Worked across well to Tracy. Shot fired, deflected in front, rebound still there. Second chance, swept away, and held onto by A.J. Finta.
The initial block from Chesner was good, and then Finta comes up with another huge stop. Easily could have fell to one of the Delaware players again, and that's something you love to see from your captain and Connor Chesner. Not afraid to put your body on the line, especially down a skater.
We talked about a young penalty kill unit. This one even younger. Pendergrass, Thomas, sophomores. McEnroe, the freshman, alongside alternate captain Sean Caddo. Won by Delaware. Berg, cross-ice feed. And a good read by Syracuse. Chance to break instead. Thomas just clears away. There's a little bit of hand fighting behind the play between McEnroe and one of the Delaware skaters. And right now it is the Fighting Blue Hens moving quickly with Berg, the senior. Berg goes coast to coast. He'll end up behind Finta. The Orange reset on the penalty kill. Shot from distance goes wide. Second chance cleared away. The Orange on the break. Here's Pendergrass. Has a little bit of help. He'll shoot himself. Rebound falls for Pendergrass again. Caught between his legs. He lost it for a moment. Penalty expires for Jake Brown, so we're back to 5-on-5 hockey.
SU coming out of gates with a great penalty kill. Didn't allow Delaware too much. The chances they did get, Finta had it covered, or as one of the players stepped in front of the puck. And they were also a threat on the fast break, too.
Saw Pendergrass escape there at the end. As there's some contact between Ryan Thomas and Leighton Bizadecki. Ben Brandt, far side. It's just 2-on-4 right now as there's a hit from behind on Brandt. Excuse me, that was on Duffy. Brandt picks it right back up. Chance in front, saved away by the Delaware defense. Final 70 seconds of the first period. After tying it up, Delaware took a lead again through Leighton Bizadecki. Shot whiffed away by Alex Infanger. McLean with 1 minute to go. Will drop it ahead to Ben Brandt. Brandt stops at the blue line. Looks for an option. It's cut away. And now 3-on-1 for the Fighting Blue Hens. Jake Brown, the lone defenseman. Infanger fires, saved by Finta. And Finta got clattered on the save attempt, but he was out of his crease. He's a skater at that point.
Finta with a great stop there. Brown went down, and sometimes it works out when you go down, but most of the time someone can easily skate around you. Finta just stayed right in the center of his crease, able to read the puck all the day.
20 seconds to go in the first period. Block in front. This will fall for Delaware. Chance saved by Finta again with the blocker. 14 seconds. Can the Orange hang on through Delaware pressure? Carter Rugg picks it up. He'll skate away from pressure. Fired up the ice with 3 seconds to go. And Delaware will touch this before the red line, avoid the icing. And the Fighting Blue Hens will take a 2-1 lead to the first intermission. It is 2 goals for Delaware, but the goal in between by Syracuse has us close at Upstate Medical University Arena. You're watching SU Hockey in the ACHA on SU Hockey Network. Welcome back inside Upstate Medical University Arena as Syracuse takes on Delaware. Right now it's 2-1. Currently the game-winning goal scorer. Of course, we won't have that for another 40 minutes, but Leighton Bizadecki scored the most recent goal for Delaware. Syracuse most recent tally scored by Cade Cook. A battle, just one penalty, I think was the biggest surprise in that first period, Caitlin.
I know if you were trying to, look at yesterday's game and think, oh, well, it's going to be another physical battle, you'd be right. It is a physical battle, but the players are being a little bit smarter with how they're hitting each other. We saw some big hits go down, some behind the net, some right on center ice. So it's definitely been physical, but yeah, that definitely one surprise from that first period is that one penalty. But I guess it was no surprise who was in the penalty box.
Jake Brown, the lone penalty scorer, and the Orange getting set for period number 2 between Delaware and Syracuse here inside Upstate Medical University Arena, trying to avoid the sweep. After losing in a shootout yesterday, Delaware overtook the Orange, currently sitting on 12 points in the conference, Syracuse with 11. The good thing is the shootout loss, you get 1 point, so you're not too far behind Delaware.
And that's something that this team can take confidence from, is they do have the ability to come back. We saw them come back from a couple goals down, and they even were in front at one point as well. So this game definitely not out of reach. Still a one-goal game. Anything can happen.
So the Orange and the Fighting Blue Hens switch side. You got that long change now, and especially during those stretches where Delaware was dominating the offensive zone, the Orange struggled to change. Now it's an even longer trek to get that change out as the Orange skate away. Right now it's Cade Cook's line starting on the ice, and Cade Cook, Jack Grant, Tanner Cole, alongside the top pair of Connor Chesner and Jack Duffy. On the other side, it's Leighton Bizadecki, Tanner Mahoney, and Austin Vecchio, alongside the top pair of Luke Panapresso and Daniel Berg. Snellenberg, Finta still in net. 2-1 score. We're underway in the second period. Face-off won by Delaware. Panapresso drops into Mahoney, picked away by the Orange. Cade Cook skates away into space, fired high by Cade Cook. Tanner Cole, Cade Cook, both behind the net. Cook skates away, zero angle shot, and Snellenberg got it away from danger. Poked out of the zone by Delaware, but first 30 seconds, the Orange, a couple of good looks in that open ice.
A great start from Syracuse. Cook with a couple of chances, maybe to find the equalizer again. Just got underneath it a little bit and sent it too high.
Cade Cook scored his 8th goal of the season. That's now his career high in a season of goals. He scored 7 his freshman year and then 4 his sophomore year. Now he's got 8 in his junior year of play. His brother Tim Cook was a former alternate captain for the Orange a couple of years ago. As this one escapes his own, Tim Cook couldn't finish out his graduate season because the birth of his daughter. We also have a recent birth of a daughter for Syracuse assistant coach Jordan Alhart. Congratulations to him and his partner on the birth of his daughter. That's why he's not on the bench. Right now it's Chris Timmons, the head coach, assisted by John Lauer and Zach Goldenberg.
Congratulations to the family, and what a way to start 2026.
Learned about that yesterday right before the game, and Syracuse took it all the way to a shootout. So early stress as a parent for head coach Jordan Allard, or excuse me, assistant coach Jordan Allard. As here's a battle down low. Picked away by Syracuse. Thomas. McLean through contact. Thomas stretch pass forward, almost had the stick of Brandt. He'll get there first. Missed on the backhand as he tried to set up a shot. And Delaware again with pressure. As this one offsides right in front will take it outside the attacking zone for the Blue Hens.
Now, Brandt was almost inches away from really getting a one-on-one, too, with Schellenberger. Just had to stretch for that puck a little bit, just went beyond his reach, but another great chance for Syracuse. They're getting the right pucks together.
Good look on the breakout as the Orange again win the faceoff. Puck goes under the stick, but it did take a deflection, so icing waved off. Circled back around. Here's Rugg. One-time look, deflected in front. Rebound still there. Pendleton swipes away. Here's Pendergrass. Second chance for Eli Pendergrass.
That was almost a carbon copy of the first goal scored by Delaware, where there's some traffic in front of Schellenberger's net. A tip almost by Syracuse. Really, again, close to getting that equalizer.
Jacob Snellenberg now across 2,250 saves in his career, approaching 2,500 in his 5 years as an ACHA player. Has a 90% save percentage, and when you're playing as much as he does, that 90% is a pretty impressive number.
Especially at the level he's played at, too. You know, it's not like he's playing nobody teams. He's playing some of the best teams in the country. So if you have someone in the net like that, there's no reason that doesn't give confidence to your fellow defensemen and fellow forwards as well.
Snellenberg is probably one of the first names on the team sheet in any big moment for the Fighting Blue Hens as AJ Finta sticks one up into the netting. With 3 minutes gone in the second period, a couple of good looks for the Orange to kick things off. Kate Cook had a couple of chances. Ben Brandt almost had that one-on-one breakaway as Delaware settle into the second 20 minutes of play. Quick fire shot. AJ Finta got it away. Rebound saved by Finta again. Miscontrolled the rebound, but made up for his mistake on the back end to keep it a 2-1 game.
And that's something we didn't see in the first period. Finta was really good with the quick little rebounds, didn't allow anything. And there, yes, he did allow the rebound, but he made up for it, was in the right position, and a quick reaction.
Face-off won by the Orange, chopped out of the zone. Picked up by the Fighting Blue Hens. Nordwin lost it at center ice. Jack McCormick skates away. McCormick through contact. Circled back around and again cleared out. Jake Brown. Lone penalty of the game belongs to Jake Brown. Sent in the zone. Chris Fanning took a tumble. And the Orange change a couple of skaters. Carter Rugg, Jack McCormick, Chris Fanning's line out. And here is Rugg. Chops away from pressure. Left for Jack McCormick. Looking into the slot for Fanning. Carter Rugg applies the pressure on the forecheck again. That's what you get when you have Carter Rugg out on the ice, the defenseman playing in the forward lines today. As Jack Duffy whips it down low to Chris Fanning. Circling the other way, here's Delaware. Coast to coast and a chance in front. Off the skate of Syracuse and cleared away. Kept in the offensive zone by Keller. Keller at the blue line, deflected in front, up off the stick of Finta and behind the net. Carter Rugg takes a hit in the defensive zone. Here's Jack Wren. 3-on-2 if the Orange hurry. Jack Wren. Zero angle, looks for the rebound. It hit off the net, and Snellenberg covered up. Thought maybe Wren had found a little gap in between Snellenberg's glove and the post, but it hit the back of the net and not the front.
You can't really get much closer. Looks can be deceiving, and yeah, I thought he might have snuck it in too. Didn't celebrate, but it was on the back net. Another good play from Wren. Just uses his speed, skates beyond the blue line. Try to thread a little bit of a needle through Snellenberg's skate in the post.
Face-off won by Cade Cook. Wren, quick fire deflected in front off Tanner Cole. That's a play that the Orange have been looking for. Even yesterday, the quick fire shots off the face-off. Doing anything to catch Snellenberg off guard. Here's Tanner Cole. He had a lot of penalty minutes yesterday, Tanner Cole. I believe the final number was 7 for him. As there's a takedown behind the play. Wren skates away, zero angle shot again. Wren wins it back, the mask is off. And there's still contact going on between Tanner Cole and Jack Keller, the grad student and sophomore, were just on top of each other in behind the play.
And I think it's a good no call from the officials there. Both of them going at it. It's not like one is really doing more so against the other. I think it's just funny also that they're kind of in the corner, play was still going on, and people didn't really care.
Snellenberg's mask also came off, so he has to get that reset. He's behind his goal, trying to adjust it. He's taken off his glove. Having a conversation with the referee on that side, and still has an issue with it. He tried to put it back on, but then struggled. As we're back on our way, Jack Wren, shot blocked. Thomas, Cook. And turnover to Liam Gott. And the freshman skates away, find his line partner in Tommy Tracy. Wren lost it, Gott right in front off the post, and then off the bar. AJ Finta took a hit, and he's down. Gott is also down in the crease. So a couple of players involved there on the back end. It is Liam Gott who's struggling to skate away. Gets back up and is hopping over to that Delaware bench. So good to see him at least up and moving. The freshman from New York played for the Boston Junior Terriers. Really struggling, can't put any pressure on that left foot. And he launches his glove into the locker room in pain. I mean, gotta feel bad for Liam Gott there. Free in the crease and just couldn't get found.
Yeah, looked like a nasty collision too between him and Finta. Obviously don't want to assume what happened, but by that reaction, you can kind of assume that obviously it's not looking too good for him. Very, very frustrated as he had to exit the ice.
Extra skater is Noah Goose, the sophomore from Gaithersburg, Maryland, so might see him pop into lines a bit more for Delaware. And now the conversation about what's happening here, and Syracuse looks confused as the referees go over to the bench to explain something to the Orange. They're going to have to send someone, I think, to the penalty box. So Kate Cook steps out onto the ice, and he will skate over to the penalty box on the near side. The door's open for him. And a bit confused on what the call is here. We'll hear from our PA announcer, Joe Satelli, in a moment.
It just seemed like an innocuous coming together more, if anything. Didn't look intentional, but maybe the referee saw something we didn't.
So now the Orange back to the kill for the second time today. It is the goal scorer, Kate Cook, in the penalty box for the Orange. As Delaware back on the power play, we're back on our way in the second period. 2-minute minor for Kate Cook. As circling around is Kate Conklin. At the blue line, Keller. And offside is the call. Puck escaped the blue line.
It's one of those ones where you're thinking of Syracuse, please just keep going a little bit, go over that blue line. It doesn't for Delaware. I think that's a little bit sloppy play for them. Didn't really have anyone around him. Could have kept it over the blue line and kept the possession alive.
Conklin circled like 4 or 5 times, and maybe he should have circled one more time on the back end to avoid that offside. Puck won back by Delaware. Across the blue line to Keller. Shot fired in, save made, just wide of the net on the rebound. This one poked away by the Orange. Long chase, Pendergrass comes out. Got a touch on the puck, but it deflects in favor of the Fighting Blue Hens. Good hustle by the sophomore Pendergrass. He's alongside sophomore Tanner Cole, freshman Jack Duffy, and senior captain Connor Chesner on the penalty kill unit. Here's Conklin. And again, a whistle blows. I believe that's a hand pass on Delaware. So another stoppage, 13:40 to go. About 59 seconds on the penalty kill left for the Orange.
And so far, so good from the Orange. Really just that one shot that went to Finta. He had to steer it away. But other than that, seems kind of slow from Delaware, not like they're really getting into an offensive set.
Again, face-off won by Delaware. May have been a hand pass on the orange instead of the Fighting Blue Hens there. As Tanner Cole chases out, gets his skate on the puck. Good pressure by the orange to keep the puck away from Finta with 40 seconds on the kill. Circling back around. Cross ice feed to Berg. Swing and a miss. Berg on the rebound, deflected in front. Second chance, blocked away by Jack Duffy. Great work by the freshman to keep the puck away from AJ Finta. Good connection on the power play by Delaware. Power play unit that was 3 for 8 yesterday. One-time shot, bad save by Finta. Duffy held up, can't get it away. Austin Vecchio wins it back. Second chance, rims around the boards, the orange clear away with 2 seconds left on the kill. And Cade Cook comes out of the penalty box and skates immediately to the Syracuse bench. The orange, second penalty kill of the game. And picked up by Ben Brandt, kept in the zone. Across in front, Brendan Duffy was free there. And the orange maintained possession. Walking the blue line, now to Thomas. Lost it for a moment, down low. Circling is McLean. The orange wanted it back door. Can't find it, blocked away by Thomas. Sent the length of the ice into the corner for Cody Diaz. Sent back the other way. The orange struggling to find some offensive zone time as here's Brendan Duffy. Leaves it for McLean. Through a couple of sticks.
Delaware just seems like they're quicker to react every time the orange go into the offensive zone. Just getting a stick in and allowing them to get pressure up top now.
Held onto by Finn Boyd. Back behind the play. Duffy, drop pass for Brandt. He's battling for it. And lost out on it for a moment. Chance to turn the other way. Poked away by Thomas. Thomas gets it back. Backhand feed out of danger. The orange reset defensively as Pendergrass gives chase on the forecheck. We're still at the same score it was at the end of the first period, 2-1 in favor of Delaware. As this one hits the hand of Thomas Weeks. Sent the other way, the orange offside, which means Delaware can reset with Weeks. Back down the other way for Jake Brown. Entry pass to McEnroe, misses everybody, but it bounces back out, and Delaware resets.
I feel like in these last, 2, maybe 3 minutes, neither team can really gain control of the puck. Battle's kind of been right in that neutral zone. If a team does cross into the offensive zone, like Delaware just did, they just wriggle the puck free.
And again, a breakaway for the Fighting Blue Hens. And right on cue, Hamilton Nordwin battles back for it. Maybe a chance to settle for Delaware here. But right on cue, the orange get it away. This may be an icing. And it is not. It took a deflection. So Delaware have to reset. A lot of quick fire action back and forth. As we continue to battle in a scoreless second period. 2-1 was the score after the first 20. It still is the same. Chance in front, saved by Finta. Rebound covered up. Finta's on the ground. It's still loose. Now eventually covered up by AJ Finta. With 9:33 to go, that was a long stretch.
That was a long stretch, and that play by Finta is exactly what you want to see. Goaltender goes behind the net, tries to poke it free, finally sprawls and crawls on the rebound, lays himself out on the line, and ensures that Delaware can't really get another shot off. If you're a Syracuse player, that's exactly what you want to see from Finta.
So with 9:33 to go in the second period, the Orange chasing a 1-goal deficit. Moving forward, Tanner Cole dumps to the corner and chase. Taken away by Delaware. Wren giving chase again. This one will sit in the blue line for Chesner. He'll fire from distance, just wide of the glove of Snellenberg. Second chance for the Orange. Chesner, one-time shot, saved by the blocker of Snellenberg. He's been active so far. One-time shot blocked away off the stick of Tanner Cole. Big hit by the Orange, looking to keep the puck in the zone. Neutralized for Jack Wren, who sends it around. Snellenberg helps it along. Stretch pass forward, taken away by the Orange. Everyone's on side for Ryan Thomas, but he's lost control of it. Kept in the zone by Cade Cook momentarily, but cleared away. And it is icing will go the other way as Syracuse trying to establish something offensively. It feels like we have these moments where you see the Orange step forward, but then everything falls apart with that last pass.
And that just goes back to the connection from earlier. They do well and they get into the offensive zone. They have a couple of opportunities to string some passes together, but it does break down eventually at some point.
Here's Brendan Duffy. Sent down low to Ben Brandt behind the net. Brandt pressured hard by Cody Diaz. McLean backhand stuff and picked out of the air by Snellenberg. Head coach Chris Timmons wants a penalty on that contact to the head of McLean on the follow-through, but the Orange won't get it. Still just 2 penalties in this game, both of them to the Orange, one for Jake Brown, one for Cade Cook. And right now, it feels like the Orange gaining some momentum in the later stages of the second.
And this is the part of the game where the Orange need to capitalize, especially with how much chances they've got. They've grown slowly back into this period, and they've been able to get into the offensive zone a couple times.
Here's a breakaway opportunity. Thomas and McLean. Thomas drops it to Brandt. He fires, blocked away. Good work on the block by Noah Goose, the extra skater. Second chance in front. Some incidental contact as Ben Brandt resets at center ice. Work down low. Duffy touches it in the zone, but it goes away from him. And now a 2-on-1 the other way. As Ben Brandt, and now the shot fired wide. This one skips under the stick and a chance to break. Here's some speed for the Orange. Chance on the breakaway. Duffy missed it. Great opportunity, and Brendan Duffy couldn't find it. The hustle from McLean. The back door was wide open, and the Orange can't convert. There might be another chance in it here for Eli Pendergrass. Good pass. McEnroe shuffles it to goal.
Syracuse really doing well to create some really good looks. Just can't, again, get the connection they need. They do favor that back post. It's 2 chances in a matter of a minute or so at that back post, inches away from finding that second equalizer.
McEnroe touches to the corner. He'll chase it down low. Has some help on the forecheck. The Orange keep it in the zone. Back the other way. Pendergrass fires to goal. Snellenberg shuffles it behind. Taken away by Louis Ruel. Brown. Fan on the pass. Duffy picks it back up. McCormick goes to the corner. Keller away. Chris Fanning into McCormick, kept in the zone by Carter Rugg. The Orange operating with some confidence now. Here's McCormick, saved by Snellenberg. Great look by Rugg. Extra skaters on the delayed penalty. And now Delaware touches up. First power play of the game upcoming for the Orange with 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in the period.
And if you're the Orange, it's again another great chance for you to use the extra skater to your advantage. They've slowly built their momentum. I think they've been on top the last 5 or so minutes, so now they'll have 2 minutes of 5-on-4 hockey for them.
Yesterday, 1 for 6 on the power play, the Orange. The lone power play goal came in the third period. It was Ryan Thomas. First goal of the season for Thomas after leading the Orange in power play goals last year. Here's Jack Duffy. Man advantage for the Orange. Back to Duffy at the blue line. Chesner down low. McLean, the one-time shot, is wide. Chesner again picks it up. Duffy. Chesner thought about the one-timer. He'll walk the blue line, find Brandt. Down low, pass missed by Brent. McLean in the battle for it, and he'll wind up with the puck. Back up top, here's Chesner. Duffy. McLean cross ice. Chesner, Duffy, one time. Saved by Snellenberg, did the full splits there. Great stop by the Delaware netminder. McLean across in front. Brought away by Delaware. They want the breakaway. Moving in is Kate Conklin. Shorthanded chance, goes off the stick of Chesner, and the Orange have to chase with about 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the man advantage.
Syracuse had to be patient, but they finally worked the puck where they wanted to go. Chesner right on near that left face-off circle. Had a really great shot attempt, an even better save from Snellenberger. Like you said, did the splits. Fantastic save from him.
Breaking the other way, Cade Cook, and kept in the zone by the Orange. Ryan Thomas walks the blue line. Thomas again. Looking for help. Has it in Ben Brandt. Back to Thomas. Here's Jack Wren. Left face-off circle. Across ice. No one in the slot for Jack Wren. Surprised he didn't try and shoot that one. 26 seconds left in the man advantage. The Orange have to touch up. Thomas, the quarterback of this power play unit. Big hit in front of the Delaware bench. And with 10 seconds left in the power play, here goes Jack Wren. Creates some space off the skate of a Delaware shooter. And now the chip pass ahead. It might be a breakaway for the Fighting Blue Hens. Instead, Finta backhands away from danger. Second chance for Delaware. Shot, blocker save by Finta up into the netting with 3:52 to go in the period. Great reaction save by Finta after some offense right after the penalty kill by the Fighting Blue Hens.
Yeah, the puck really just fell to him right as he was coming out of the box. Just too much on it, couldn't get on the end of it. Finta with a great read coming out of his net, and then makes the save again.
Face-off opportunity in the attacking zone, won by the Orange. Sent back behind the net. And here's the break from McEnroe. Behind Snellenberg. Battle in front. Angled pass off the boards. One back by the Orange behind Finta in net. Brown shuffles it away. Good forecheck, but stick was lost by the Fighting Blue Hens. The Orange with a little bit of room. Here's Pendleton, chips down low to the corner. Fourth line on for SU. Pendleton, Pendergrass, McEnroe. But a couple skaters go off. Pendleton will be the last to exit. Pressure coming from the Orange as Jack McCormick got to stick to it. Back behind the play. Out in front again. Some space for Carter Rugg. Rugg. Blue line McCormick fires back down to Rugg, but it's intercepted. McCormick almost had the return feed in the offensive zone. Snellenberg. 2.5 to go in the second period. No goals so far in this second frame. One power play each way has resulted in 2 penalty kills. As Finta has that one go under his glove. Out of the zone, it may have tipped up into the Delaware bench. So we'll take it with a stoppage. 2:10 to go. Caitlin, the offense hasn't been there this period, but the chances have, especially for the Orange.
The chances have been there this period. You know, you kind of have to take what you can get. Syracuse is manufacturing their attempts. They get into good spaces, fire off some shots. Snellenberger has been equal to a couple of them. And then again, it's just that pass that maybe is a little too far behind, a little too far in front. So they're slowly getting there. They've had better looks this period.
Face off with 2:10 to go in the period. Clipped up, and this will roll all the way back to Snellenberg. He's going to cover it up. And the Orange just gained about 180 feet of ice position. And we'll have an attacking zone face-off.
Well, this is a chance to do something that Syracuse loves to do, win the face-off and get a quick shot off. Snellenberger has been equal to them so far, but you have to keep shooting. You have to keep generating pucks on net because who knows, someone could be in front to tip it home.
McLean won the draw, but immediately went to a Delaware player, won back by Ben Brandt. Brandt circling, drop pass behind. It'll sit with the Orange in the attacking zone. Cattle across, there's Thomas! And it's pushed away by Delaware. Puck escapes the zone. Cattle will dump to the corner. He took a shot in the process.
That must be, what, 4 or 5 chances?
Now a breakaway the other way for Delaware. Good stick in front, and the Orange do enough to push it away from danger. Here's some connecting on the break for SU. Ben Brandt clips down behind to Brendan Duffy. Pushed away. Big hit behind the play. The Orange offside. Face-off upcoming. 75 seconds to go in the period.
Again, almost is the key word for Syracuse. Almost a player getting into on the end of it. Almost finding that equalizer. They're creating good looks. They're outskating Delaware right now. They just can't quite find that connection. And it's not to say they're not getting chances. They definitely are. So heading into the third period, this team can definitely take some advantage of that.
There's a chance early in the period for Brendan Duffy on a backdoor attempt. He missed that one. Ryan Thomas, the backdoor attempt went wide. Again, everything is there for the Orange offensively except for that final touch to goal. It's been missed a couple of times. 60 seconds to go in the period. As Tanner Cole turns into space. Cross-ice feed, Cade Cook the only one there between 3 fighting Blue Hens. Jack Wren wins it back. Tanner Cole enters the zone. Looking for Wren. Back in front with 40 seconds in the period. Pressure from Wren. Circled around the boards. Here's Cole. Took a shoulder in the process. Cole stays with the puck. Now he's taken down. Contact behind the play. 20 seconds to go in the period. This one goes the length of the ice. Finta will cover up as pressure was coming from Simon Ruel. 16 seconds to go in the period. 2-1 lead for Delaware. It's been that way since the end of the first.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised it's been that way too, just because of how explosive that first period is and how much physicality there are between the two teams.
Jack Wren's heading to the penalty box for the Orange. So Delaware again on the power play. Second time this period, third time in the game.
And they'll almost have 2 full minutes coming out of the third period, so Syracuse definitely has to be mindful of that. They haven't scored just yet. Syracuse has been really doing a really good job of killing it off the penalty.
But again, it's those mistakes that are really hurting the Orange offensively after being so positive, especially in the final 6 minutes of this second period. Now, the beginning of the third, the Orange have to play a skater down. And especially a skater as good as Jack Wren, who's a main fixture on the penalty kill unit. Something that you don't want to see if you're the Orange. Wren's probably the biggest shorthanded threat that the Orange have with his speed. So the Orange with some adversity. Looking to build back in this one. 15 seconds in the period. One-timer just wide of Finta. He didn't see it. Second chance, batted down low with 7 seconds in the period. Again, another chance in front. Great look by Tommy Tracy. And that'll do it for the period. A bit of contact at the end of it. But at the end of the second, we are still the same way we were at the end of the first. 2-1 lead for Delaware. You're watching ACHA hockey at the Upstate Medical University Arena on SU Hockey Network. Welcome back after the second intermission. It is Syracuse trailing Delaware by 1. We're at the Upstate Medical University Arena for the collaboration between Syracuse University Club Hockey and the Syracuse Crunch alongside Caitlin McDonough. I'm Arnav. Pokhrel, Caitlin. Syracuse is going to start this period on the penalty kill. Jack Wren's in the penalty box, but the Orange have killed a couple of penalties today already, and the Orange need a goal. What is the mentality here, you think, for the Orange heading into the final period?
I think the mentality is just go for it, right? I mean, yes, there is something to lose, but in theory, you're already chasing the game. Just keep with it. They've been creating chances, so just full throttle, go for it. Keep up the pressure, too. Don't let Delaware get another goal to see this game out.
The Orange trail by 1. The most recent goal was scored in the first period by Leighton Bizadecki. That is what has Delaware up ahead. We started the scoring with Andrew Lowe, the junior from Caldwell, New Jersey. A great deflection in front. Syracuse tied it up through Cade Cook. 2 goals in 2 games for the junior Cade Cook from Fort Covington, New York. And then Bizadecki gave Delaware the lead heading into the first intermission. Last 20 minutes, we remained the exact same, although the Orange had some chances, especially at the back door with Brendan Duffy and Ryan Thomas both missing sitters.
And that's been something that Syracuse has really found success in throughout this whole game. They've been able to get to that back door, but just can't quite nick it home. But they've been creating chances, so there's definitely a lot of positives to take heading into this period.
It is 5-on-5. Jack Wren is in the box for a double minor. Must have been an unsportsmanlike that we didn't catch. So we're at 5-on-5 hockey. Jack Wren just has to serve a penalty. As we're back underway inside the Upstate Medical University Arena. Quick moving Delaware offense. Chance in front, saved by Finta. Pushes the rebound away. First chance of the period goes the way of the Fighting Blue Hens, and AJ Finta stands tall.
It's exactly the opposite of what happened in the second period. Syracuse came out really on top, firing away with an early chance. Now it's Delaware's turn, but again, a great reaction save from Finta.
Jack Duffy shuffles it down low. McLean. No-look feed. No one was there for the Orange. It was all Delaware early on. Snellenberg comes out to collect. And Delaware moved through the defensive zone, now at neutral ice. Moving forward, Panapresso circled around. Mahoney fired it wide. Keller sits on it. Cato first to the puck. kept in the zone by Delaware, kicked away by the Orange. Still at the blue line, now pushing away. Out of the zone, Ryan Thomas did well as the Orange backtracking in the defensive zone. Entry pass intended for Keller. This one sits well. Chance in front, pushed away by Finta. Early action for Delaware on the offensive side of things. Now Carter Rugg chases down for the Orange. Looks to the corner. Rugg comes away with the puck. How good has he been down low tonight for the Orange?
I've been really impressed with Rugg. You know, he is a defenseman by nature, but playing in the offense this time, but he doesn't seem like he's really missed a beat at all. Just a super reliable person.
And Mahoney steps into the offensive zone. Sets up, and A.J. Finta will cover up after the blocked shot in front. 2 minutes gone in the period. Still nothing offensively for the Orange. Nothing offensively for Delaware either, although the chances have been there for the Fighting Blue Hens.
Chances have been there for the Fighting Blue Hens, but it just seems like Finta is control of almost every shot that has come his way so far to start this period. Not breaking a sweat too much, but Syracuse can't sustain if Delaware keeps getting shots on net.
You mentioned it with the first goal, Caitlin. Just felt like it was coming with the way Delaware was pushing. It feels like we're right back there again with the offensive pressure for the Fighting Blue Hens. It feels like something is coming offensively unless Syracuse changes. Here's Von Tersch moving through the neutral zone. Another defenseman that's playing a bit more advanced, as he's alongside Jake Brown in the back line right now. Here is Brown. Pendleton. Stepping forward, chance just wide of the pads of Snellenberg. Poor pass by Von Tersch, breakaway, 3-on-3 for Delaware. Icing called as Jake Brown beats the Fighting Blue Hens to the red line. And with 17:20 to go, the Orange still struggling offensively in this period after a very solid second period, moving the puck forward.
Second period was one of the better periods Syracuse has played against Delaware so far in this matchup. You know, they didn't really create too many chances, and that's credit to the Syracuse defense. And then offensively, again, almost getting those goals in. You feel like you mentioned earlier about something coming. I feel like something has to come for Syracuse as well.
Puck cleared away. It drops favorably for Thomas Weeks. And Weeks fires a shot, blocker saved by Finta. Here's Cade Cook moving quickly through the zone. Cook held up at the blue line. Good exit by Delaware to clear the zone. The Orange touch up, but Tanner Cole misses. Trying to kick that one back down low so the Orange could change. Instead, Chesner chases behind the net. Out of the zone for the Orange. Cade Cook. Chesner lost it for a moment. Back down to the corner. McCormick chases, but first to it is Panapresso. Tanner Cole fires a shot loose in front of Snellenberger, but he covers up. Snellenberg, the grad student from Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania. And his graduate year came to Delaware from the Atlanta Mad Hatters of the USPHL Premier Division. And what a career he's had, approaching 2,500 career saves for the Fighting Blue Hens.
And one of two grad students on the line tonight, and you know, he's really showed his experience, really been commanding that crease.
Cleared away. Jake Brown first to it. The Orange touch up with Duffy. Poor pass leads to a turnover. Delaware maintained possession through the zone, and moving quickly up ahead is Daniel Berg. He's got some room. Hamilton Nordwin shrugs off the senior. Nordwin back down low for the Orange team. He's another one of those versatile players that can play up top, play in the defensive lines as well. As Nordwin fires to goal, Snellenberg clinches up in his chest area and lets the puck drop into his glove. 4 minutes down in the period, a couple of shots on goal for the Orange and for the Fighting Blue Hens. 22 on the game for Syracuse, 20 saves for Snellenberg, 21 for Delaware, 19 saves for A.J. Finta. Duffy down low. McLean battling. Trapped alongside Finn Boyd, freshman from West Hartford, Connecticut. Boyd still battling, and now the Orange come away with it, looking for Ben Brandt in the low slot.
McLean again trying to do that wraparound like he did in that second period. Just got a little bit away from him that time.
Nordwin shoves it down low. Ben Brandt picks it up. Brandt, through two skaters, has to wrap it around, and no one there for the Orange. Nordwin lost it on the breakaway. Here's a chance for Delaware. Crossed and just wide. Contact with the goalpost. And remaining down, Cade Conklin. He went hard into that far post of Finta, was just selling out for the play. Finta did a good job to avoid Conklin, who looked like he just lost wind when he ran into that far post.
And that's one of those nasty hits where it doesn't feel good. All your momentum is taking you into the post. So when you come crashing down hard like that, it knocks the wind out of you a little bit, but it's good to see him skate back to the bench.
I'll take a quick look at Cade Conklin, who has 1 goal, 6 assists this season in 14 appearances. Out of the KIJHL, Columbia Valley Rockets, his former team. Sophomore from Calgary. Tanner Mahoney steps up at the dot. He's alongside Ryan Thomas, who's taking a face-off. Don't really see that too often, the defenseman on the attacking opportunity. Right now, you got Thomas, Jake Brown, Von Tersch, Rugg. 4 defensemen on the ice alongside the forward Chris Fanning. And this is mixing and matching to an extreme degree for the Orange. I was looking, I was like, there's no way Ryan Thomas is taking the face-off. And then I realized it's because the only other forward on the ice is Chris Fanning.
Sometimes, that's just the way, I guess, the puck falls, Thomas has been involved in a little bit of everything since coming back from that injury, and there he goes again taking another one.
So the 4 defensemen on the ice for the Orange alongside Chris Fanning. As Rugg chops it away, Delaware back with it. Von Tersch, deflection in front, Jake Brown. And now Rugg can move away. Kept in the zone by Delaware. Long shot deflected in front, great save by Finta. Stretching across, rebound stopped by the senior as well.
Wow, AJ Finta take a bow. He's been tested time and time again today, but none more so than that shot right there. Really read it well. It was a quick reaction save from him. Sprawled out and kept it a 1-goal game.
Now if the Orange come back in this game, that moment right there for AJ Finta is the moment to look back on and say maybe something changed, as he'll flash the leather and save another with 13:48 to go. I mean, AJ Finta's produced some incredible saves in his time at Syracuse. That one might be one of the best. The late deflection, he gets across, makes a save, and then sets himself up nicely for the rebound save as well.
He's just so good when the puck falls to him quickly. He has got great reaction time, and that just proves there. And I definitely think it has to be up there with one of the best saves.
As he'll stop another off of his stick. The Orange a bit more consistent on the lines now, as Pendergrass, McEnroe, and Pendleton will move forward. The 4th line finding McEnroe out wide. Chesner and Duffy, the defenseman. Pendleton battling with McEnroe in support. Picked away by Delaware, but not for long. This will sit with Chesner. Down low, off the stick of Snellenberg, loose in front. Pendleton goes down to a knee. McEnroe shoves away. Second chance, kept in the zone. Now just escaping off the stick of Pendergrass.
Talk about excellent goalkeeping on one end. Finta, Snellenberg saying, I'm in this game too, I exist. Another great 1-2-3 reaction save there from him.
And when Delaware has dominated so much in this third period, you have to stay locked in, and of course the grad student doing just that. Snuffing out the first real surefire chance for the Orange of this period. It comes 7.5 minutes in. The Orange back on the front foot with McCormick, but it's turned over, 3-on-2. Pass out wide for Delaware. Infanger misses wide. The Orange pick it up. Cade Cook's up ahead. And it finds Cade Cook, and he works free into the corner. Help down low with McCormick. This one rims around the boards. Sean Cato will pick it up at center ice. Move down low. The Orange will change the defensive pairing. Good drop pass to escape the zone, but Jake Brown hangs on to possession for the Orange. Tanner Cole into the zone as he took a hit.
It's a couple times Delaware has really celebrated a hit right near the 2 benches.
Just that extra momentum. A little bit of a lift you get when you lay down a big hit right in front of the rest of your teammates. As the Orange still struggling after first real chance of the game just a few moments ago. Entry pass in by McLean. Snellenberg hustles out to push it away. McLean wins it back for the Orange. Circling around. Up to the right point and across to Jake Brown. Fires from distance. It's saved by Snellenberg off the stick and away. Brandt wins it back for the Orange. Cross-ice feed Von Tersch. Brown dumps to the corner again, and again McLean first to it for the Orange. McLean, Duffy, shot just wide, rebound saved by Snellenberg and pushed away. Brown keeps it in the offensive zone momentarily, but then he missed. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Von Tersch, the lone defenseman, and offside is the call. Austin Vecchio stepped ahead of the puck before the entry by Andrew Lowe, and that is a golden opportunity missed for Delaware.
That could have been the chance to potentially seal the deal. It might sound crazy, but with 10.5 left to go, Syracuse has been threatening, but Delaware really could have used that chance to put their emphasis on the game, in just a momentary lapse there from Vecchio.
Chesner drops it to Duffy. Backhand feed out of the defensive zone for the Orange. Finta leaves it for the freshman Duffy. Banked off the boards. And Syracuse chasing a big hit there with Fanning. I think this line right now is Fanning with Carter Rugg, and Ryan Thomas is there because Jack Wren's in the penalty box. Don't forget about that.
Jack Wren's been in there for a while.
I believe the 10-minute misconduct. As this one poked down low, Finta leaves it for Duffy again. He's been on the ice for a while, Jack Duffy, the freshman from Walpole, Mass. Carter Rugg wins it for the Orange. On the break, SU. Fanning. Waiting for the entry, had Chesner. Chesner pokes it down to Rugg. The Orange now on the forecheck, keeping in the zone with Caddo. McEnroe. A little bit of space in the slot as McEnroe takes a hit. More contact down low as Fanning goes down. And that puck sent out of play by Delaware. Leighton Bizadecki, there's a shout there for delay of game, but I don't think it was intentional enough with McEnroe in pursuit.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Don't think it was fully intentional, so a good no call from the officials. They might be surprised they don't have to keep their whistle in their mouths a lot compared to what we saw last night.
Two teams last night combined for 59 penalty minutes, 16 for Delaware, 43 for the Orange. Jack Wren is out of the penalty box now for SU, served his 10-minute misconduct. As Sean Caddo works away, Pendleton missed the backhand feed. And now a chance up front as Finta covers up. With 9 minutes to go, the Orange still in this one. Opportunities there for SU on the attack. Now you get Jack Wren back. He's one of the fastest skaters for Syracuse as well.
We saw what he could do in the first 2 periods. Just uses his speed, gets beyond the blue line, whether it's on the left or the right. He's always a threat when the puck is on his stick.
And he is back on the ice for the first time after being released. Loses a face-off as Von Tersch can't track it behind. Cody Diaz, cross-ice feed, high slot shot, saved by Finta. Another great look for Delaware on the break for Thomas Weeks. Back with the Fighting Blue Hens. Weeks chases down low. Jake Brown pinches along the boards, and here goes Wren. Through 2, but he's double-teamed. And now another shot clinched by the senior netminder, Finta.
How many times has Finta really bailed out some of his teammates? There again, just really strong command when he's in net. He reads the puck expertly well. He's in the right position, so he doesn't have to stretch, and the times he does have to stretch, he makes sure he gets something out on the puck to steer it away.
We haven't seen as much offensively in this game. Have to think the bigger ice is playing a factor into that. Yesterday, Snellenberg 37 saves, Finta 35 saves. Right now, both of them just over 20 in this game.
Tired legs from the shootout, too, could also play a big part in that.
Von Tersch, he was one of the skaters that didn't play yesterday for the Orange. Just two, Henry Pendleton and Jacob Von Tersch, were not in yesterday's lines. Here's Duffy. Out wide for McLean. Drop pass back to Jake Brown. Brown blocked at the left point. We'll go back down to the corner, and Brandt. Brandt looking for Duffy. Stumbled a bit. Kept in the zone momentarily, but then cleared away. Chased down well by Delaware. Big hit on the far side boards, Louis Ruel. Puck rims around to the near side. Taken away by Daniel Berg. He's got some speed. Berg leaves it up top. Shot fired. Glove by Finta. Under 8 minutes to go in this one. And the Orange still trail by 1.
Delaware really just doing a good job seeing out this game so far. They're allowing Syracuse and absorbing some pressure from Syracuse when they have shots on net, but when they go the other side, they're creating meaningful chances too. It's not like Finta has had a walk in the park so far. He's really been on top of his game.
Face-off won by the Orange. Immediately sent into the neutral zone. Delaware is offsides, so the Orange gain possession back. Cade Cook, already 1 goal today. Cook fires just wide. This will sit for Duffy at the point. Looking for Cole's deflection. Wren wins it back for the Orange. Jack Wren through pressure. Gets it down low to Tanner Cole. Cole battling. Back with the Orange. At the right point, Chesner. His pass down low deflected. Delaware active defensively, but here's Jack Duffy, the freshman. Duffy loose in front, and the Orange can't collect. Another good look. Jack Wren lost it at center ice. 7 minutes to go. The Orange chasing. Won't pull Finta just yet. Feels a little early for that. As Tanner Cole. Bit of loose skating, but he maintains possession. And Syracuse keeps it in the zone. Jack Duffy, little swivel. Lost possession behind the red line. Delaware, hang on to it. 6.5 minutes left in the game. Here's a big hit by Jack Duffy. It's been a really solid 2 games for Jack Duffy on the top line, on the top pair, alongside Connor Chesner. Scored his first career goal yesterday.
And even though he's a freshman, he doesn't really seem like a freshman today and even yesterday, really growing in confidence as the season has gone on. He's going to be a great asset for Syracuse going forward.
Player who was on the fringe of being in and out of the lines to start the year, and now, and with the way he's played this series, it'd be hard to move him off the lines. As Pendergrass enters the zone. Feed in front, chased down by McEnroe. Turning away is Jack Keller. Keller again, kept in the zone by SU. McEnroe saw it too late. Now a breakout opportunity as the Orange maintain possession. 5.5 minutes left in this one. Turned in front, Ben Brandt steps ahead. Brandt may have thrown a high stick into the face of one of the Delaware players, but icing is the call behind as freshman gets away with one there. I thought for sure that one would be at least a discussion or a bigger shout from the Delaware bench. Ben Brandt making contact with the mask of one of the Delaware skaters.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Brandt go into the box, especially after how many minutes he picked up yesterday. I believe it was 14 yesterday, 31 in the last 2 games, so he's no stranger to the box either.
17 against Stony Brook to close out 2025, and then opening 2026 with another 14 in game 1 of this series. Right now, the Orange could use at least a point in this one to keep things close in the ACC standings. Syracuse trails Delaware by 1 point after yesterday's shootout loss at the bottom of the conference standings.
And a win against Delaware today could really give emphasis for Syracuse to continue on, especially going on that road stand. It's going to be a couple matches for them, but a point here could really do something for their confidence.
Oswego also at 11 points on the season, but the Orange hang on to that final spot because of the tiebreakers. Nordwind out wide. Shot fired in just wide of Snellenberg. The Orange have to chase back with 4.5 minutes to go. Nordwind checks the shoulder. He's got Carter Rugg in support alongside McCormick, Fanning, and the skater here, Jack Duffy. Big moment as Carter Rugg steps below. Maintains possession momentarily. Jack Duffy at the blue line. Chris Fanning battling down low. Duffy just missed the blue line with the puck. Chesner out on the ice. The Orange move it back in with Carter Rugg. Awkward puck for Snellenberg. He has to just stick it away. Duffy keeps it in the zone. Chesner, one-time shot, and Snellenberg hangs on.
That was a great look there from Chesner. Just found some space, drifted towards that left face-off circle. Caught it really cleanly, too. The only problem was it was just right in the center of Snellenberg, not into one of the corners.
Delaware currently third in the ACHA after yesterday's shootout victory. The Orange and Oswego State tied for fourth and fifth at 11 points. We don't have official tiebreakers just yet by the ACC. But if we're going off what we assume to be regulation wins as the first tiebreaker, overtime wins as the second tiebreaker, the Orange would be ahead of Oswego State. As this one shuffled back.
The Orange actually play Oswego State next, too, so that could be another big matchup.
The away match at Oswego State. That's an ACC game on Thursday night before a Friday-Saturday away stretch against Robert Morris. That one is more just for the non-conference schedule to develop and for the Orange to play against a very solid RMU team. SU started the year with three really tough non-conference series, IUP, Westchester, and Adrian. As we're about 3 minutes left in this one, and now you start to think of when maybe the Orange could look to pull AJ Finta as he saves that one.
I think, when you pull Finta is when you get sustained offensive time in the offensive zone. Syracuse hasn't shown that so far, but, if you're chasing a game like this, Coach Timmons might just be like, hey, we got to just do what we have to do, take Finta off and use the extra skater to our advantage.
Right now it's McLean, Chesner, Thomas, Duffy, and Ben Brandt on the ice for the Orange. So two very attack-minded defensemen in Ryan Thomas and Connor Chesner. Stretch pass ahead to McLean. Great find by the Orange, who dumped to the corner. Finta stays in the net. And that one will be taken out of play and stopped by Snellenberg. The Orange still keeping an eye on Finta at the back end. But right now, still 5-on-5.
Syracuse wins the faceoff. Maybe you have the conversation. Finta looked like he was motioning to go off, so I think it just depends on what happens with this faceoff.
The Orange want a timeout, and they will get it, finally. Took a while for the referees to agree to a timeout. The referees having a conversation. Still at center ice. Still, pretty long conversation here. I don't know what the discussion is here. The Orange haven't used a timeout all game. And it was a frozen puck off Snellenberg. There's a look at AJ Finta. He's played excellent today. Now everybody talking with the refereeing crew. The Orange skate to the bench, finally, after a long discussion at the blue line. I think that's the longest it's ever taken for a timeout to be called, but we're there, and Syracuse with a chance to discuss what they want offensively. The backdoor's been open today a couple of times for the Orange, just haven't converted. Caitlin, I think that's where maybe Syracuse looks at trying to leak someone to the backdoor.
Absolutely. You know, they've had a couple chances where it's been open at the back door. They scored one from the back door as well. You know, they just have to keep going. You could see them maybe dumping it into the corner. That's worked really well from them, recycling it back up top. And who knows, if they do get it back up top near the blue line, all it takes is a deflection. Could easily send one on net, tip one home, or maybe again it falls to someone else. So a lot of different possibilities, but for Coach Simmons, I think you do have to look at the back door being an option.
So 2:28 to go. AJ Finta looks ready to skate back out there, but we'll be on high alert because if the Orange gain some possession in these final 2.5 minutes, we expect AJ Finta to head straight to the bench and be ready for that empty net. As right now the Orange send 6 straight out, so they will actually take AJ Finta to the bench and keep 6 on the ice. It's a bit of a gamble on a face-off, but the Orange are confident with both McLean and Jack Wren, 2 very solid face-off players. So empty net for Syracuse. Face-off won by McLean. That's exactly what the Orange needed. One-time shot just wide behind the net. It'll sit on the crease. Contact as the puck is frozen behind the net, and another face-off opportunity upcoming for the Blue Hens and the Orange.
It seems like Finta will also stay off the ice for this one as well. So if you can win the face-off like McLean did, they generated a good look, really inches away from finding that equalizer.
Chesner was the one down on that post. I think he just got pushed into the post. As this time it'll be Ben Brandt from the right face-off circle to take it. He wins it for the Orange. Chesner, his pass deflected. And the Orange, through pressure, have the extra skater. They'll use it with Thomas. Everyone circling around as the Orange will have a entry pass down to the corner. First winners, Delaware. Secondly, picked up by Ryan Thomas in the Orange. The power play quarterback, Ryan Thomas, with the puck now. Back up top to Ben Brandt. He fires from distance. Loose in front for Chesner. The rebound off the back of Snellenberg and out of harm's way. Chesner again. Sets up for Rugg. Rugg fires blocked in front. Second chance blocked again in front. Great work by Delaware. Puck kept in the zone by Duffy. Help down low. Here's Rugg. Across to Thomas. Fired from distance. Save. 90 seconds to go. The Orange with an empty net. Thomas. Return pass was poor, but it's held well by Ryan Thomas. Long shot from distance. Again blocked in front. Delaware doing everything they can. Ryan Thomas keeps it in the zone. Now it escapes the zone with 1 minute to go in the period. The Orange touch up. No, they didn't. It's offside. Close call for the far side referee, but outside of the zone face-off for SU.
SU just keeps getting closer and closer. They've really generated a lot of pucks on net, but it's just right in front of Snellenberg's crease that they're finding some difficulty getting it beyond. Someone either blocks it or he saves it, but great work from them.
Face-off won by the Orange. Carter Rugg goes cross-ice to Thomas. He'll send it all the way around on the entry. Kept in, and there's a exit for Delaware. Chance for Bizadecki to score his second of the game on the empty net. Instead, the Orange keep it. 50 seconds to go. Gotta have some urgency as Ben Brandt goes in the zone. He runs into McLean. Duffy down low. Sent the other way. Carter Rugg first to it. 37 seconds to play. Thomas, one-timer, missed it. And there's a long shot. This one will go wide. Thomas, well, get down. The icing is called with 27.5 seconds to play. Still that 2-1 score. Bizadecki at the closing stages of the first period put Delaware on top, and we've been scoreless since. The Orange empty net and 6 skaters on the ice. And another timeout by Delaware this time.
And if you're Delaware, you only have to hold on for 30 more seconds or so. Syracuse has been continuing to push. They've really been on top these last 2.5 minutes. So I think this is a smart timeout called by Coach Mittelmeyer. He just wants to talk things over with his team just to make sure they're tight, and then there's not enough space for Syracuse to work with.
A win in regulation today would push Delaware to 15 points in the ACC, just 1 point behind conference leaders Pittsburgh and 1 point behind Stony Brook, who have played 10 games. After this weekend, Delaware will also be at 10 games. Syracuse will be at 9, which is why they've got that 1-game stretch against Oswego State on Thursday to get everyone to 10 games played in the ACCHL. Stakes are high here because a goal secures at least another point, but more than that, it also takes a point away from Delaware. The Orange head back down to Fred Russ Arena in a couple of weekends to take on the Fighting Blue Hens inside the Delaware Arena. Delaware also first year of NCAA Division I hockey. They were in Syracuse not too long ago. Fun series between the NCAA women's team in Syracuse and the NCAA Delaware team as well. 27.5 seconds to go. The Orange looking for 1 goal. Net is empty for the Orange. Won by Thomas. Shot deflected in front. Puck escapes the zone. The Orange have 20 seconds to touch up. Ben Brandt backtracking. Sent down low again. Circling around the far side with 15 seconds to go. Kept at the right point. Brandt from distance. Loose in front. Wren scores! Jack Wren is tied in with 6.5 seconds to go.
Oh, and it's that backdoor finish yet again. That has served SU so well. They scored their first goal like that. They've been continuing to put pressure towards that backdoor and finally gets it to go. Wren with a 10-minute misconduct, or 10-minute misconduct earlier in the period, and he becomes the hero to level things up.
What a moment for Jack Wren, his 6th of the season. And an empty net goal for Jack Wren. While Syracuse with the empty net, Jack Wren, the 6-on-5 score. Hey, we said it, in overtime, at least a goal would be crucial in the ACC standings, but now you got 3 seconds to hang on. The Orange do exactly that. An Orange team that is always in the game. And we continue in overtime. Free hockey upcoming between the Delaware Fighting Blue Hens and the Syracuse Orange. 2-2 score after Jack Wren in the final 10 seconds of the game finds the equalizer. So 5-minute, 3-on-3 overtime period between Delaware and Syracuse. We saw this yesterday. Both teams, kind of went for it in overtime, but you could tell both teams were a little bit cagey in that one. You didn't really know where. It was more about not losing in overtime, I think, than winning for both teams yesterday.
I agree with that. It's good to win in overtime, but it just looked like they maybe took their pedal off the gas, or their foot off the gas just a little bit, held back. But now momentum has definitely swung in Syracuse's favor to ask Delaware to come back and score in overtime. It might be a tall task, but this should be another great couple minutes we have of free hockey.
Well, 3-on-3, and the big thing here is the difference between the ice size yesterday and today. I think it suits the top end of Delaware a little bit better. You got, Tanner Mahoney, NCDC guy. That top line is all NCDC players, Vecchio and Bisadecki as well. Just so much space here that, you're not used to when you're playing at Tennessee. The Orange did have 1 practice on Thursday here at Upstate, but for the most part, this is exactly what you live for when you're playing these types of games and these types of arenas. You want to play in overtime. You want to have those high-pressure moments, and the Orange have exactly that.
And the adrenaline must be pumping. It feels good to be on this rink, and, go make yourself a hero. Go write the story for yourself.
The Orange, the last time they were here at Upstate Medical, they lost in pretty distinct fashion to Rhode Island. A chance to set the record straight in overtime as Syracuse scored in the final 13 seconds of the game. Brandt wins the face-off, back to McLean. It is 2 freshmen and 1 sophomore on the ice for the Orange. Here's Ryan Thomas. Drop to McLean. Thomas again. Will wait at the blue line for an entry. Drops back to Brandt. He took a hit. Brandt battling behind the play. And he loses out on it. Possession goes the way of the Fighting Blue Hens, who slow things down. And this is that sort of chess match we talk about, as there's some contact between both Brandt. And I believe that was Bizadecki who went flying down. And head coach Todd Mittelmeyer is up in arms about that no call. Here's Delaware moving forward again. Bizadecki out wide. Chance in front, saved by Finta.
Delaware definitely had a case there for maybe a potential tripping call. It was a pretty big hit, and that's exactly something that the Orange want to avoid, because already 3-on-3, to go down another skater wouldn't be too good.
And that overtime, especially in that 4-on-3, when you add the skater for Delaware, if someone goes to the penalty box, you already lose the top guy, and then Delaware gets that extra skater. 3 skaters is not where Syracuse has excelled, especially on the kill. Yesterday gave up 2 goals in the 5-on-3. As this is taken away by Panapresso. Pressure on Panapresso, and the Orange might come away with possession here. They do. But a battle won back by Vecchio. Stretch pass forward. This will go the length of the ice. Finta, late exit, and he's out of the net, but the Orange can move forward with speed.
Yeah, Finta wanted an icing call, and he just didn't get it, so you got to be alert to it.
Wren has Chesner in help. This is Cade Cook, scored the first goal of the game for Syracuse midway through the first period. Cook circling. Down low, Tanner Cole. Fakes the drop pass to Chesner. Cook. Circling again. Midway through this overtime period, miscommunication. It's a turnover for the Orange.
The Orange just seem a little bit reluctant to get a shot off, too. They kind of want to work it up top, and you can hear backdoor a couple of the chants, but not really getting any shots off.
Pressure from Cade Cook. He got to stick to the puck with 2.5 to go in this overtime period. Pressure from the Orange. Jack Duffy, excellent. And Tanner Cole will exit the zone. It'll allow the Orange to reset and change one skater. Stretch pass forward. Here goes McLean. Across to Brandt. He scores! Overtime winner for the freshman. And Ben Brandt, who leads the team in goals, propels Syracuse to an OT win.
Wow, what a game. Syracuse returns to its thing that it has so relied on all game, the backdoor again. McLean with a nice positioning right on that blue line. Gets the puck, skates out, and is super unselfish here. Could have easily took the shot, but instead connects with Brandt at the back door. Wow, Syracuse comes from behind.
An overtime game winner for the player who leads Syracuse in goals and points, Ben Brandt. What a first season he's having as a member of this Orange team. And Syracuse gets 2 points on the night after trailing 2-1 with less than 10 seconds to go. Jack Wren scores on a 6-on-5. And 3 minutes into overtime, it's Ben Brandt to seal the deal. 2 points for the Orange. And the Orange and Delaware right back on level terms in the ACC standings. Such a crucial turnaround for Syracuse. And what a moment for Ben Brandt. After so much adversity, 31 penalty minutes in the 2 games prior to this one. Ben Brandt comes back. He's the hero for the Orange. Had his moment and he took it at the back door for a 3-2 Syracuse victory. Caitlin, new arena, the Orange get a victory. Any final thoughts on tonight before we put a bow and Syracuse goes on a long away stretch?
Just a gritty performance, to ask the team to come back after a shootout loss last night and to put the performance they did here today. A new arena, new challenges. They were down, scored with under 7 seconds left, then to come back and win it in overtime. a great performance from them. There's so many positives to take away that you can just continue to crawl back when things aren't going your way. And now go on that road stand and show what you're capable of.
Syracuse heads to a 7-game road stand. One-off game against Oswego State, then away to Robert Morris, away to this very team in Delaware, away to Rhode Island before returning home the first weekend of February to take on Stony Brook. We'll catch you then, February 7th and February 8th against the Stony Brook Seawolves. Until then, we'll have the Syracuse away radio broadcast right here on the SU Hockey Network. For all of us involved, our producer Evan Harrington, our two camera people in Sammy Weinstein and Abby Weiss, and the person to my right in Caitlin McDonough. I'm Arnav Pokhrel saying thank you so much for tuning in from the Upstate Medical University Arena. Syracuse victorious in overtime 3-2. They tied things up at the bottom of the ACC standings with a big comeback victory against the Delaware Fighting Blue Hens. That'll do it from downtown Syracuse. Drive safe, be good to one another. We'll see you at the beginning of February for Syracuse and Stony Brook.